Holy shit. I just got this video from Media Matters for America, which I'm going to put a link in the description below. It's a YouTube channel. Oh man, this is fucking fantastic. This video is just too good to not share with everyone else that knows that Fox News is a festering boil on the ass crack of America. This is the Fox News Top 5 Your Shit Just Got Owned.
The 12th graders said that they smoked marijuana recently. Today, that number is down to 22%.
Not the number I just gave.
Well, your number is wrong.
No,
your number is wrong.
Take it up with the National Institutes of Health, all right?
Look,
They're the one that put it out.
I am a council member on the National Institute of Health. Your number is wrong. I'm telling you, it's 22%.
Oh, and what's better than enjoying a nice cold beer and watching Bill O'Reilly get his pompous ass kicked on his own fucking show? That is great. Well, the thing is, you know he still never admitted that he was wrong, man. But that was a good one, too, because he's fucking arguing with the guy that's from the council he's quoting. The guy's like, no, where are you getting your shit, guy?
Well, this is an interesting book. Now, I want to clarify, you're a Muslim, so why did you write a book about the founder of Christianity?
Well, to be clear, I am a scholar of religions with 4 degrees, including one in the New Testament and fluency in Biblical Greek, who has been studying the origins of Christianity for 2 decades, who also just happens to be a Muslim. So it's not that I'm just some Muslim writing about Jesus. I am an expert with a PhD in the history of religions. But I have been obsessed with Jesus.
Though, it still begs the question, why would you be interested in the founder of Christianity?
Because it's my job as an academic. I am a professor of religion, including the New Testament. That's what I do for a living, actually.
What a dumbass, man. And it's hilarious because she does not get it at all. As if a Muslim couldn't write about Christianity. And she does not get it at all. And then he goes through this long, elaborate spill about his credentials and his career and his degrees and everything like that. And she still, I don't get it. It reminds me of this.
But why male models?
You serious? I just told you that a moment ago.
Right.
Just too stupid to keep up. It's so great, man. This is fucking gold. And I know right now she's probably somewhere in the deep, darkest trenches of Fox News headquarters just being like, but he was a Muslim.
I want to see a Republican Party that rather than trying to make it more difficult to vote and restricting the number of days and hours you can vote, a Republican Party that says, we want everybody to vote and we're going to give you a reason to vote for us.
All right, but I don't know if asking for an ID is trying to restrict the vote. I mean, I'm sorry. You should be able to prove who you are before you cast the ballot.
No, you should be able to prove who you are when you register to vote. And when you make the proper registration, identify yourself, you shouldn't have to go to some higher level, which is going to restrict some.
Fraud is committed. And I mean, Boston and Chicago, you register and then you show up and it's not you.
I have not seen any study that says fraud is a problem of such significance that these kinds of procedures were in place.
What's that? You made it on the list twice, Bill? It's fucking logic. And I know you can't explain it, so just chalk it up to magic. Yes, Bill, like the tides.
Does it go, anywhere close to the climate change debate that's underway here on Earth? I mean, if the moon had erupting volcanoes a few years ago, well, a few million years ago, however you want to put it, it's not like we've been up there burning fossil fuels.
No, volcanoes are not connected to the burning of fossil fuels. They're connected to mining. But the big thing for us, on my side of this thing, is the science is true. And so when you discover, the people who got really involved in climate change got involved in it often by studying Venus, the planet Venus. So the physics, the science that happens on Venus is the same as the science that happens on the Earth. The science that happens on the moon, in this case the geology, the study of rocks that happens on the moon, is the same science that happens on the Earth. So when you say to yourself, well, I'm going to ignore all the evidence of climate change, you're saying, I'm going to ignore the best ideas anybody's ever had. That's science.
And if the moon had volcanoes, I mean, it's not like we're up there burning fossil fuel. Oh my God. Dude, Bill Nye's face says it all. He's sitting there looking at that guy like, how could you have lasted 40 years on this fucking planet and be so goddamn stupid? And the thing is, not only are these guys ignorant as hell, but they are cocky as shit. Why is that? Millions of years. Science. Knowing shit. And Bill Nye walks them through it like a fucking parent holding their toddler's hand. And geology is the study of rocks, buddy. Can you say rock?
When you have 4 people dead, including the first U.S. ambassador in more than 30 years, how do you call that hype?
How many security contractors died in Iraq, do you know?
I don't.
No, nobody does, because nobody cared. We know that several hundred died, but there was never an official count done of security contractors dead in Iraq. So when I see this focus on what was essentially a small firefight, I think, number one, I've covered a lot of firefights. It's impossible to figure out what happens in them sometimes. And second, I think that the emphasis on Benghazi has been extremely political, partly because Fox was operating as a wing of the Republican Party.
All right. Tom Ricks, thanks very much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Ah, yes, Benghazi. Benghazi, Benghazi, Benghazi. That's all you've heard from Fox News for like the past, what was it been, like a year and a half now? And about how the president's incompetence is the reason that this embassy was attacked and things like that, even though Bush still holds the record for embassy attacks. And many, 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 many more people died in the embassy attacks than it did under Obama, but of course, we can ignore that shit. I mean, shit, he's white. He's a Republican. I mean, who needs that? I mean, look at what this guy's done. I hope someone else enjoyed that as much as I did, because I just had a blast watching that. Remember to check the link below for Media Matters. All of that content, aside from the shit you're seeing right now with my dumb ass talking about it, all of that was from Media Matters, and I'm not trying to rip anybody off, so check their thing out. I'm sure they got a hell of a lot more stuff. I just thought this was fucking great. And remember, kids, fuck Fox News.